There we go, she's back. Okay, so we're not going into that one. Okay, so it's Sunday morning and I thought to take the Esco out to try and find a car meet over in Manchester. I'm not really sure on what car meets are going on in Manchester and surrounding areas at the moment, so I'm just going to go scout this one out. Might not be anything there, might be too early, might be too late, but I've got my coffee and yeah, might just be a nice drive. So yeah, let's see.
Later. Yes, you do. What we do.
So just back from that meet now, and it was in Lymm. Pretty cool little meet. Apparently it's every Sunday. Don't know if it's always going to be such a good turnout, but there's some nice cars there. Definitely going to try and get down in the Capri next time. Not sure how these videos are coming out, but it's actually got a leaking half shaft at the moment, so if I get that fixed, I'll be down there as it's running pretty well. But yeah, met some cool people, and yeah, on to the next thing. Since getting the car back, I've noticed it's quite dirty inside. I guess it's all the grinding and welding that's been going on. So I'm just going to get some of this kind of cheapo Simmons stuff on it and try and sort it out a bit. It's a bit disgusting to drive when you're trying to use the indicators and stuff. But yeah, also I just noticed there's quite a bit of dirt on the door cards. I think that's from all the Waxel stuff that he sprayed on there. So yeah, better start this. Oh yeah, and that stereo doesn't work, so I'm going to pop that out and probably put the medium wave one back in, as that used to work with the aerial, which also seized into the wing, so pull out some pliers. I'll try my best, but I think with these rags and this stuff, I'm pissing in the wind a bit. Even the cassettes are all dirty. So I think I'll have to buy something proper and come back another time and get a toothbrush in there or something. Or pop them out and give them a wash. But yeah, it's a bit better anyway. So I'm going to pop the stereo out now. It's not too hard on this. It's just an ISO block. Also, if you're wondering, because this isn't part of the original car, it's just Velcro to the ground, or to the floor even. So yeah, I'm going to pull this out and yeah, put it back to stock and maybe put the medium wave in there. So while I look with the radio, none of these are the right one. I really wanted the medium wave one because it just plugs straight in rather than faffing around with all this. This one would be a good one to put in, but I've got one of the plugs with the ones in a toolbox somewhere. As I remember, that one doesn't work. It's got a cassette jammed in it. That's overly complicated to wire in. And this came out of my dad's Triumph Spitfire, and I don't think it really worked then because it's a bit grubby. So looks like I'll have no stereo for a little bit. But yeah, I'll probably take that one apart and see what's going on inside. So it's a couple of days later, and this little package arrived off eBay. And it's a DAB radio. So I've chosen this because I've already got an ISO block in the car, and I wanted to listen to some DAB. So I'm going to go try and fit it now and see if it works. Also, it comes with this DAB aerial that I need to put somewhere. So yeah, see if it works. Right, so I'm just going to check this first before I fit it properly. First job is getting off the weird DIN connectors for the old stereo. Right, so I just connected that up. Doesn't look like it's, don't know if it's had a problem here at some point. Looks like someone just taped it up. It's quite a long lead, so I might run it to the back. I guess it just sticks on the window. Something like that. Probably shouldn't get loads of shit on it. Already it's a bit furry. Anyway, let's plug this in, see what happens. Okay, so it's in. Let's get the ignition on and see if we get 6 Music or Absolute 80s and all that jazz. Is there anything there? Nope. Yeah, that's not working. That's annoying. Oh well. Now I'm popping this back together. I just realised that these were the other way around, so maybe in the other person's car they had to swap the live and the red round, the negative, so I'm just going to swap them back and plug in and see if it works. Alright, let's try it again. Nope, nothing. So just testing for continuity. So another problem I've always had with this is I think it might have an airlock as the temperature swings all over the place, so as it needs topping up I'm going to run it for a bit and try this technique. Just running this up for a bit now and get that air out. Also I found that leak on the bottom of the, I think it's the choke here. Found that leak on the bottom of the choke, don't know if you can hear me there. So I just stuck some tape on it for now, so I need to sort that out, but it does run a lot better without that. I've got the air on, just on 1, and the heat on. Apparently that's what you've got to do. Just waiting for that gauge to come up. So it's coming up now a little bit. Just going to wait a little bit longer. I guess I've got to wait till the thermostat opens really for to get any air out. So it's been off temperature a little bit, but I'm getting a bit of smoke out of the back here. Just wondering what everyone's thoughts are on that. I know there's water coming out, so hope it's not a head gasket and it's just condensation, but don't know really. Well, there we go, we tried. See if it makes any difference. Stuck some tape on the bottom of the card here. Seems to, well, it won't last forever obviously, but yeah, stop that one. Right, so we've just gone for a quick run and the smoke's cleared, so hopefully that was just because it was sat. Don't think it's there anymore, but yeah, fingers crossed. So I thought I'd just do a little video of what actually was done to this car, the welders. You might be able to see that it's a couple of different shades of red. The back actually doesn't really match the front anymore. So this whole sill this side had to be done, and the inner wing. There's also a little bit of work to the floor down here as well. These are kind of things I knew were going to come up, and it was a little bit the same on this side, although the outer sill is fine, just a little bit at the back. And then the rest of it was all chassis leg stuff, so it was all down there. That's nice and new now. You can just tell a little bit up front, but other than that it wasn't too bad. But yeah, felt its MOT a little bit on that, so that's got it done. A while back I did buy a new radiator cap, and putting that on seemed to keep it a bit cooler, so I'm wondering if it was that. But then I'd find water leaking out somewhere else, like I think below the water pump, and with that being a bigger job, I thought I didn't want to attempt that right now. So yeah, I kind of put the old cap back on, as I didn't mind it getting too warm as long as it wasn't leaking the water out. So I'm just going to see how I go with this and see what happens. Alright, so I'm hoping that I am being clever doing this. So I am taking out the earth on this one, and I've taken off the earth, the old earth on the original Ford, let's call it the original Ford one, and I'm going to put this in the other side of the ISO block, connect it to the earth, and hopefully it's all going to work out. Okay, so I've got it working, but in a pretty ropey way, so I'm not going to use it like this. And yeah, I need to fit this. Okay, so I've got it working. It's a bit rough and ready. Need to tuck that in and find that a better home, probably lower down. It seems alright, the stereo, it's just a bit... It seems a bit funny, and it's not working that well with the amp and the speakers. I think it's just mega bass setting. So yeah, see how it goes. Got to go out tonight anyway, so yeah, give it a go.
The music in the car with the Absolute Radio app.
Alright, so that's the end of this video. It's been a bit of a bit you want to know, just doing little bits and bobs on the Escort. But I'm just really happy to get it back. I didn't really know whether I was going to just have to sell it full of holes or get it done, but it kind of made sense to get it done in the end, because if I ever do want to get rid of it, at least I've got something proper I can sell, but it's very unlikely that's going to happen anyway. Next job's on it. I really want to try and get the car up to scratch, because it's quite a nice driving car. The clutch lets it down. Also, I think the points need changing. That air leak on the bottom of the carb, if I could kind of seal that small hole up. That should sort that. And then the next thing I really just, well, probably the main thing is I really want to sort out this temperature gauge problem. It just swings from cold to hot all the time. I know I could put a different switch to turn the fan on in there, but I think there's obviously something like an air lock going on, something fundamental, because I'm pretty sure it should kind of mechanically do its job rather than just swing around temperature wise like that. So I think I'm going to do the water pump next. And I was just looking at the water pump in the Haynes, and it looked pretty simple. It seems like it's just these 3 bolts that you kind of slacken off on the pulley. I know the Haynes always makes it look simple. It says just hold the bell to kind of get the tension to take those off. Whether that works in reality, I don't know. Yeah, so take them off, and then drain the system, obviously, and then I think it's 3 bolts holding the unit onto the actual block itself. So that seems easy enough, and it seems like they're pretty cheap on eBay. I've seen them for like about £8 on eBay, or 15 quid or something, so I think that's going to be the next job. Get that sorted, and then bleed the system again and see where I'm at, because I guess if air's getting in through something at the bottom, that's really just pointless trying to do any bleeding. And I know I kind of wasn't doing it quite right before. It seems like most people kind of top off the funnel that they create in the header tank and then block it off after, once they're happy or satisfied that it's bled, and then pull it out. So yeah, I want to kind of do it properly and get it up to scratch. I'd love to do the clutch myself, but I just need to find a suitable workspace, so time will tell on that. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're happy to see the car back. There'll be more on the Capri next time, I'm sure, and hopefully some car shows, and I'm going to try and do some more regular videos for the time being anyway. So yeah, give it a thumbs up if you like it, and hope to see you on the next one.